The co-op was really developed out of a very, very identified need for our community and our producers in our community to have access to the great farm produce and agri-food products that are produced in this region. The producers in the same conversation were saying that they would happily produce more products for the consumers if they only had a place that they could sell their product and market their product 12 months of the year on a consistent level, where they knew that they could plan their crops. They're just really, really adamant, we're finding, to know and be able to trace where their food is coming from. And when they come to the co-op, they know that that diligence has already been done for them. So we can share the knowledge that we know about the producers to the customers, and they can trust that everything has been raised or grown in a way that that meets their expectations for clean, healthy, safe, and sustainable food.
My name's Brenda.
And I'm Tom.
And we're from Midlothian Valley Farm, and we just did a big delivery to the Muskoka Co-op. Fall is our season, so we have a lot of root vegetables and onions. And so today we delivered some leafy greens from our high tunnels and some green onions that we have undercover.
The full scope of our project is actually going to consist of a large commercial production kitchen along with a cooperatively owned cafe. So that will give access to this great prepared restaurant style food, so that people can sample all of the different products we have in our store, as well as eat really well when they go out to eat. And so when we decided as a community to develop a nonprofit community-owned model, we went to the community at our regional theater here, and we spilled out the idea to about 400 people who decided to come and talk about their food system. And that first evening we had our first 225 member owners, and we knew at that point that we were committed to building onto this project that was just a seed of an idea at that time. So fast forward 3 years, here we are in our little community-owned food co-op. It is growing every day, and it isn't actually so little anymore. You know, when we think about the fact that we are supporting over 40 regional producers, we are giving back, I think within the last 5 months, we've been able to give back over $140,000 to our regional producers, knowing that all of those dollars are staying in our community is really impactful. And when you think about $140,000 worth of food landing on the tables of families in our community, that also just is an incredible feat. So we're very proud of that, and we're watching that grow every single day. We have membership numbers that are really quite astounding, considering we haven't even really had our grand opening yet. This is very much a soft launch. With the most dedicated staff and volunteer crew that I could ever imagine having here at our food co-op. Morgan, Sam, and Laura.
So essentially why I'm so invested in the food co-op and I want to be here and volunteer is I'm not only interested in cooking and experimenting with good food, but for me it's a lot deeper. It goes to community building, understanding the food system, food security, making sure that our community gets the best food for them. But mainly it's supporting our local economy, our local producers, as well as making sure everyone's healthy, well-fed, well-educated. Education is a huge thing for me. I want to make sure people understand why we're doing what we're doing, as well as teaching young people, my generation mainly, we need to learn. So yeah.
So I went to school for marketing and then finished up a degree in agriculture business. And I like to bridge the gap between like people's knowledge of where their food comes from and how to use different foods. And I wanted to get involved with the Muskoka North Good Food Co-op at a grassroots level while it's developing, because I'm really interested in these types of projects.
Being in here is like being in a farmer's market every day.
Have started a community bond investment program where members can actually invest quite a bit more than their $60 membership. And over the past week, we've so far raised over $25,000 from our members. We're a third of the way there to secure what we need, but we feel very confident that that's going to happen. And community bonds are the way we've done it. And we are also a incredibly inclusive model. Co-ops tend to be that way. We want everyone who walks in here to be able to walk out with food, and we make sure that happens. Every single person who wants to be a part of this co-op is a part of this co-op. And so one of the great ideas that we have once we open our cafe is that there will always be some items on our menu that are a pay-as-you-wish component. So anybody can come and sit down with everybody else and eat a beautiful warm meal of great food. And they can pay what they can, or nothing at all, and it doesn't matter. There's no expectation. Because we are extremely excited to be paying better than fair living wages to our staff from the beginning, one of the great things is that all gratuities will be placed into a pot that will then help to subsidize more social initiatives. So it will help us subsidize the Pay As You Wish program, along with several other different projects that we'd really like to take on right away. That's going. I always tell members that the only way that this can fail is if they don't come.